All right. Hello and welcome to North Metro Now. I'm again here, Alan Milne.
And I'm Connor McBride. This is a very scattered episode of North Metro Now.
So...
Doctor. Well, actually, do you feel like a doctor?
No, I feel dead. Oh wait, so yes, I'm a doctor.
What?
Medical school, it kills you.
Do you want to explain your predicament?
I currently have no sleep. I worked last night.
And why do you have no... You just asked that. Wow.
I think you need more caffeine.
I need more caffeine as well. We're having to finish this coffee pretty quick as well because we've got a segment involving these coffee cups.
We do indeed. So,
my computer's...
Yeah,
stalling.
I'm dead on the inside. I've had no sleep. Unfortunately, we have a skeleton crew today. We have no audio.
Don't say that.
Oh, magic of film. Everyone's here and everything's happy and fine.
Whoa, can you believe it?
Now,
some of you might be wondering, you've done the whole introduction with YouTube, but there is obviously another character to our show, Bailey Harrington. For people who don't know, we film this Thursday morning at 8:30. We get here as soon as the library opens. And for some people, that's a really hard thing to do. That's why you've just come off your night shift. I look disheveled most of the time.
I woke you up at 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, we all look very red all the time. And why we're always drinking a lot of coffee. But Bailey, rest in peace, decided that he didn't want to wake up this morning.
He just didn't want to. We called him probably 12 times on the way here.
Which is why I reckon it's time we do our first segment.
Which is off the cuff, no planning.
Wake up, Bailey! So, let's roll the theme.
He doesn't know that we're calling him. We haven't really contacted him since we were just disappointed in him.
So, this is Wake Up, Bailey. Do you reckon he's even going to pick up?
He might be on a bus.
To here?
He's got class.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he always has class after this, doesn't he?
That he's always late for.
Because of us.
Oh, did he? Oh, never mind then. He doesn't have class.
We've got our guest sitting there as well.
Shh, don't give it away.
I reckon he's not going to pick up.
No, I reckon he's not going to pick up either.
We should let it run. Has he got a funny voice?
No, it's just a normal...
1, 4.
We should probably
not
reveal his phone number.
1-4, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, we have no audio technician with us today.
Which is why I'm multitasking.
Yeah, so we're going to do our best with audio for today.
How's it sounding? I'll give a quick update with the way we're
Go
sounding.
ahead, Connor.
Speak.
Hello.
Yeah, you sound beautiful
What
like
content
always.
this is.
I'll
All right.
edit it in post.
What's coming up on the show today?
Well, we've just done our first segment, which was Wake Up Bailey, and now... wait, have we properly shaken hands? We'll do it.
We did it.
It's Doctor.
Too tired for this.
That's exactly. And, we've got a website. We haven't even talked about that yet.
What is it?
We
Connor?
always start the show normally by going, hey, www.northmetronow.com, but we completely forgot to say it.
You just said it.
Did I?
You did.
I'm so tired. I don't know what I'm
www.northmetronow.com.
And on that website, you can find everything that we talk about in the episode, past episodes, highlights. How's the highlight cutting going, Alan?
I still need to get the footage off you.
So it's my fault.
Yeah.
Damn it. On today's show, we're going to finally introduce. We're going to finally reveal the locker locations that we've been teasing for a while. We're finally giving away the hot sauce and a few other things. Do you remember what we put in the lockers?
See, I'm not going to ruin the surprise, but I think one of them is a terrible, terrible surprise.
If you're a vegetarian, you're not going to like
it. It's disappointing.
We've also got a campaignist on today.
I don't think that's a word, mate.
Is it not?
Campaignist?
Campaignist. Jack, can you quickly Google... we'll get one of our producers to Google campaignist. Is it a word?
I don't think so.
And then we can just edit this bit out.
I'm just going to be like vocabulary Nazi on the show. That's not the word, right? Grammar Nazi. That's how tired I am. I said vocabulary Nazi.
We've also... What else are we doing on this? Oh, you write.
not well.
Yeah, well, we're going to find out because we've got in the rundown Alan's articles as a line and then nothing
else
written
there.
next to it. So this is a complete surprise to me. Just give it
Well, it'll be interesting talking to you about it, actually.
one line. What is it about?
Urban sprawl.
And that's all the teas you need. We didn't even say what the campaigners was doing. Before that, our campaign that is being run by a few friends of
Quite
ours.
successfully, I'd say.
Friends of the show. Kenton, you've written an article for North Metro Now before, and now he's back talking about recycling at TAFE and how we need more recycling bins around TAFE because me and Alan drink a lot of coffee and pollute the floor with lots and lots of coffee cups.
Yeah.
And pollute the earth with our filth.
And you can imagine all the other tired students doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, all the other people with podcasts that drink heaps of coffee around TAFE and do exactly
There's
what
quite a
we
few,
do.
there's quite a few of them.
Yeah, surprisingly. Who would have thought? And then we're going to do a little game after that as well, which we've had one of our producers set up because we were running out of time.
As always.
Basically, in what we were saying before, one of the most frazzled episodes of North Metro Now ever. But let's get into our first... No, we've already done the first segment. Our second segment
Locker
of the
codes.
podcast. Where are the lockers? What are they doing? I've got them on my phone. That's what I did.
So in the previous episode, in the show notes on our website, there are 4 locker codes, and they connect to just locks around TAFE in 3 different TAFE buildings. There's 4 different lockers. I think they are all marked.
Yeah, we've got North Metro Now stickers on each locker that has got a prize in it. You won't be disappointed. There is, and I think we can reveal this, there's a VR headset in every locker.
Yeah.
So either way you're going to win, but some you'll double win and some you'll be like, eh.
So with this, don't want to encourage people breaking into random lockers.
Oh yeah, no, make sure it's got a North Metro Now
Sticker.
on it, because if it doesn't, then this isn't just a locker that we've put our shit inside.
Don't crowbar your way into a locker. And with that, once you claim a locker, take the lock off. It's yours.
Yeah,
as
the
well.
lock is yours. It's not a very good lock. We didn't spend a lot of money on this.
I believe it bent on the second try.
It's not anything special. You'll be able to change numbers on it and amuse your ADHD selves with it. You know, it can be like a fidget toy. Is that what those things are called?
I think that died out about a year ago.
You can use it as a spinner. You can use it to swallow it.
We're not encouraging kids to swallow locks, I suppose. But yeah,
That's what we're saying.
these are TAFE lockers. So once you claim them, take the lock off so someone else can use it for...
We'll have an article attached to it, but the first lock that we've got...
Are we giving away the actual building?
Yeah, we'll give away the locker location and where it is. I'll have an article with photos because we took photos of where all the lockers are as well. So that'll be an article on the website as well, www.northmetronow.com. But there is a lock in the film and television building, the 3rd floor, and it's locker...
We're saying the floor?
Yeah, we're even saying the floor because...
This is less of an Easter hunt and more of a... Well, I guess it is a giveaway. Never mind, continue on.
It's locker B17, so whoever gets there... congratulations, you won a VR headset and surprise whatever it is. We've also got a locker in the arts building, which you kind of go into that locker block.
Stop explaining it. I feel like half the challenge is trying to find it.
No, but you have to kind of give it away a little bit because these are TAFE students that we're pandering to. You have to go around a corner and then you have to go around this little block. I'm not explaining it very good as well because I've got not a lot of caffeine in me. I'm only about here on the caffeine scale, which to our audio listeners is only halfway. And
if you're an audio listener, you don't get a very good experience.
Proven. So yeah, that's the art building.
There'll be pictures, so I'm sure any veteran TAFE student will be able to find their way around.
We've said that. And we've also got underneath us right now is a locker with a prize, or kind of not really underneath us, sort of underneath us and over that way which to our audio listeners is a very crap description, like always.
So, lower level library building. We're not going to give away which room. Well, I just gave it away.
You have to, there's like a door that you have to go through with a big red sign on it, which looks like you're not meant to go through it, but you can. And when we were putting the prize inside of that locker, Bailey went through another door and then he got locked out, and then we had to go fish him out.
Be
of
careful
this
down there. It's
car park.
scary.
You might be killed.
For any film students, great place to shoot some horror scenes, I got to admit.
We didn't want to make this easy, so there was a loud knocking on the doors when we were walking past. There is a possibility you might trip and fall. We're not going to cover the insurance. We're very sorry. We don't have the money to do that, as demonstrated by our studio. And finally, we've got another one in the film and television building, second floor. And as always, just look for the North Metro Now sticker, and there should be a lovely prize in there. So
Should be.
yeah, it's in the 2-5 class block, and then there's like another entrance back there, and there's that disabled toilet with the automated door that it's on the way.
For anyone-
And that's the worst toilet at TAFE ever. It is the worst shit experience I've ever had.
Well, this is a topic for a future episode.
This is going to lead into another topic that I want to talk about, hopefully next week. But my God, that was the worst. You press the door, there's a button on it, and the door
it's awkward.
opens, and then there's a sign on the door that says, wait for the door to close.
Yeah, you just
so
stand
you're
there.
standing there with your legs crossed, waiting for this door to close, and it doesn't close at all.
But it's trying to teach you patience, Connor.
I don't need to be taught patience. I'm a TAFE student.
I forgot.
What are we talking about?
I forgot. Oh yeah, so this doesn't make sense for anyone that doesn't.
No,
come
it
to TAFE.
really doesn't, does it?
But yeah, there's locker codes are in the show notes from last week. Go find them. Go grab some free merch. Courtesy of Game City.
Rep us. Oh, crap. Sponsored by Game City Cafe. You know, I learned that it's not called Game City Cafe. It's called Game City something else. It's like espresso bar or whatever. So we've been plugging them all wrong.
Can we just
this
like
entire
go back
time.
and dub it?
Yeah, it's. I'll say the word and we'll mouth it, and to our audio listeners, they won't know the difference. So it's you do the dub for me. It's espresso bar. Just say that. So come to Game City.
Espresso bar.
There we go. That's good.
Yeah. there we go.
Let's move on.
Joining us on the show for segment 3, we've got Kenton and Aislinn.
Hi. Do you guys
Hello.
want to say hi as well? Say hi to the audience.
Hi, fam.
Hello, audience.
Do you guys have anything you want to plug real quick before we get to the rest of the introduction? Do you guys have a Twitter, or do you guys have a...
We do have a Facebook page.
Oh, yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. Really quickly.
So is the code for it at recycling?
at add recycle bins to.
As in the
and
number
then
two.
TAFE.
Yeah.
Yeah, number
Sweet.
2, and then TAFE.
Okay, sweet. Finish the introduction. Go ahead. They've just plugged
I
theirs.
forgot what I was talking about.
You were on a flow and I interrupted, and I'm very sorry.
I'm out of it. But yeah, they're joining us today. Thank you guys for coming, by the way. So you guys are doing a campaign on bringing recycling bins to TAFE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there haven't been any recycling bins at TAFE at all in the past.
I think there were like.
Yeah, there used to be one
Yeah,
by
there
the
used to be.
printer, but it's gone this semester, and I haven't really seen any in any of the classrooms or on any of like the floors in Building 6.
So that's just like a paper waste bin.
And there's
though.
just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's start off with what's.
Yeah.
We've already covered what the campaign is kind of for. You guys want to bring a recycling bin. You said to every level of every building.
Yeah, that would be like our basic demand, like at least one on every floor of each
Demand?
building. Yeah, demand. We demand recycling.
Nice. You're taking this thing hostage. I see
yeah.
what you're doing now. Is there anything we have to pay? Is there, are you holding like David Rebel hostage or?
We have a petition, and we've talked to the head of our course about it, and then he talked to his boss about it, and they're happy, so they're going to talk to like
So
the
the-
heads of TAFE,
Yeah.
like the entire campus.
So how many signatures have you got so far?
At the moment, we have,
I think there's from last night we had 40 something.
yeah, we've got about 40 30 or 40
Yeah.
something, but it's only been going 3 days.
That's more of an audience than we got.
That's pretty
in 3
successful.
days. Yeah, so far. Especially for something that's deeply embedded in TAFE. We've already discussed change.org on the podcast, but I reckon when you use it inside
A
like
smaller
a
community.
smaller community, government institution, it can be very effective. So I like what you guys are doing as well. You've also got the Facebook page as well. We've already plugged it on our Facebook. And you guys were talking about writing an article as well for our page, which I really appreciate. What are the next steps from here? Is there going to be a cost to this, do you guys reckon? Is there going to be, any further action that you guys want to be taken? Are there tiers to the action that you want taken? Or
Well, our first step is just to, get the signatures for the petition and then talk to the person who's in charge of this decision. There probably won't be an extra cost for students because, recycling bins, they don't really cost that much.
They should be
Yeah.
covered by government anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they,
well.
they definitely should. And yeah, I mean, it will probably cost some for TAFE to buy them, but it wouldn't be a huge amount.
Yeah.
So
can we get recyclable recycling bins? Is that a thing that we can...
I mean,
Meta
I mean, there's
recycling
like a
bin.
recycled plates on YouTube, like recyclable plate that you can eat, edible plates.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say an edible bin. That would be something I want to see, is an edible bin at TAFE.
that sounds disgusting.
No, but think about the amount of times you've been really hungry at TAFE and you've looked at the bin and you've been like, I wonder what food's in there. Oh, wait, I can just eat the bin.
I'm not going to say how many times I've been sick in the TAFE.
Oh, no.
Anywho, so you guys are just students at TAFE and you're
Yeah.
doing this campaign on your own time, out of your own free will.
Yeah.
You guys have already gone to the higher ups about it, already got some signatures on your petition and stuff.
Yeah.
How far are you guys going to take it? So are you going to try and hand it off just to the higher ups once the petition's done? Or are you going to try and continue pushing it until the whole realization has been complete?
At this moment, we are trying to focus on Northbridge campus right now, but we are hoping to get this campaign to all the campus around North Metro, in East Perth, Littleville, Joondalup. I think that's Joondalup campus right there.
Yeah.
So we're trying to. Right now, we're focusing on Northbridge, but we are hoping that this will inspire other campuses to do the same as well.
It
So-
seems
Yeah.
very behind the times for TAFE not to have a system like this
Yeah,
already.
definitely. I think also, if we achieve the recycling campaign, which I think we definitely can do, we could extend it a bit further and say for Aroma to have recyclable cups and biodegradable straws.
Well, that's the other thing. I know that McDonald's are taking the initiative and they're going to soon be introducing the biodegradable straws. If not, they already have.
But you can also bring in keep cups to these cafes.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's got time for a keep cup? If I'm bringing a keep cup, it's already got coffee in it, and then I'll just drink that. This cup right here we've bought from Aroma, and we were just looking at it before, and we can't see any sort of recyclable materials besides the lid. You guys were saying was
Yeah.
recyclable,
Yeah.
The cup itself, the inner cup has a layers of plastic.
Yeah, it's got a plastic lining in it.
Yeah, it's not recyclable.
But this campaign actually started a few days ago.
Yeah, it was.
when-
I think it was it started on Tuesday morning when I was really tired and needed a coffee. I was dying.
Okay.
And I
Like us right now.
yeah. And I went to Polly's and I got a Polly coffee and it looks beautiful. It's one of those artist kind of
Yeah, I
artistic
know
kind of cups.
I know the type. It's got the bird and the
Yeah.
cockatoo on the side of it.
It's
and-
more like a beachside,
Oh,
a
yeah,
art
another one.
painting, something like that. And I took it and I finished it in the class, and it's this is beautiful. And at the same time, why can't I recycle this? Because it's a beautiful cup, and it's such a waste to just throw it away. And I was that's strange because TAFE. I just noticed when I got the cup, I was there's not recycled bins around TAFE. None of that I've seen or even noticed. And I was we should create a campaign and just ask TAFE to bring recycled bins to the campus.
It's something,
what an origin.
it's something you don't even think about as well.
Yeah.
the whole 3 years I was at TAFE, I never once thought to myself, where's a recycling bin? I just
Yeah.
put it in the trash.
Yeah.
It's-
Well, because I think that's the other step that has to be taken with this as well, because you'll find that you bring a recycling bin to TAFE, yeah, that's great. But is there a worry that students will then just throw their normal waste into a recycling
Still
bin?
better than nothing, I suppose.
Yeah, but because then you've got the issue with, I'm not too sure how it all works. If you throw just normal waste into a recycling bin, does that then make the rest of the recycling in that bin unrecyclable, or
It
is...
kind of depends. Like,
Yeah.
if it contaminates the rest of the stuff in the bin, like if you like pour a drink over it or something, then like yeah, that stuff's not going to be recyclable anymore. But if it doesn't really affect the other stuff in the bin, they'll just pull it out when it
And
gets sorted.
I think it's gonna also depends on where it goes, because I think that when they sorted those waste and recyclable stuff, they probably like asking people like the workers there to like separate it,
Yeah,
the stuff.
they
So
do.
I mean that's kind of stupid, because the people who threw those stuff needs to be the ones that recycle, knows what is recyclable and what is waste.
Maybe there's an idea here where we just create a TAFE course and you can get your diploma in recycling, and then we outsource those students and their practical experience is just collecting rubbish from the bins.
This is this is topical political news, because obviously
Is it?
Australia shifted all their recycling facilities overseas. I was
Oh,
working in one of the
what?
last. I was working in one of the last ones in Queensland before they got shifted to China, I believe. And now all these Asian countries are now saying we don't want to recycle all your trash anymore, because they're trying to focus on different infrastructure. So now Australia has a huge issue. We don't have enough
Yeah.
recycling plants and facilities and staff, because it was all shifted over east.
I didn't even realize that this was... How long ago was this?
This is fairly recently.
Yeah.
Few months.
There's problems. I remember 6 years ago when I was working in the company, they were shifting all their stuff over east.
Yeah, they ship it to China, but China said they want to go to a more economical, like
More green.
green
Yeah.
and such. So they block any rubbish coming into China. So there's a lot of places, like Australia, who is like having problems with this, because they usually take their trash and send it to China. So right now China has blocked any trash stuff coming in. And yeah, so Australia is like, I guess, facing difficulty.
We got to up our green game. We got to.
Yeah. Damn. I didn't even realize that was an issue that we were going through. You think about, we won't let people from other countries in as like refugees and stuff. And yeah, when it comes to throwing away our trash, it's sort of like, well, we'll just give
I think
that
it's
to
just
another
cost
country.
effective, but I think we've gone a bit too political.
Yeah, don't talk about, what's the 3 things you can't talk about? Sex, politics, and there's another thing that you can't talk about, which
Religion.
I forget. Religion.
God forbid anyone have opinions.
Ooh,
How do
don't you
guys
mean
feel
goodness
about
forbid?
Christianity?
Oh, yeah.
That's an interview for another time. We should move on to our segment game, which I haven't thought about how we're going to set this up. Jack,
No, yeah, I don't think this is.
it will work, trust. What we need you to do, Jack, is we need you to put that bin over there on top of that table over there.
Gameplay.
This is going to be an interesting thing to shoot.
So, who wants to go first?
Well, we'll explain the game really quickly. Whoever is the most skilled recycler
Yeah.
is the one who can get it from across this room into the recycling bin over on that side of the room. Okay? 1 point per basket. If you do a trick shot, 2 points. Okay?
How many goes are we doing this?
As many as it takes.
And what do we win?
A VR headset, courtesy of
Hey.
Game City Cafe. Game City Espresso Bar.
We'll have to confirm that.
We'll have to confirm. Game City. I just mouthed it. Okay. Should we let our guest go first?
Kenton, would you like to go first?
Here, stand behind this chair here. So this is our base. Alright, ready?
Content.
He's standing up to the plate. He's swinging.
Oh,
Oh, that was so close already. Does that mean us?
You go, yeah.
No, okay, paper, scissors, rock. Paper, scissors, Jinx, you're going first.
I failed sports.
That was horrible. What the hell was that? You're letting down our team right now.
I just said I failed sports.
So far, all we're doing is littering.
Which is what we're trying not
It
to
is
do.
what we're trying not to do. Jack, do you want to pick up the 2 coffee cups so we can show? Here we go. Look, we're still cleaning up after our environment. Look at us go.
Alright, so I'm out.
No, you're not. You're still getting another shot. Here, we're getting a coffee cup back as well. Thank you. Okay, Aislinn, up to the plate.
I intentionally got my classes changed so I didn't have to do sport in high school.
And you're equally
You're one of
shit.
those. You're one of those lucky ones.
I shouldn't be calling our guest shit, should I?
No.
That's a horrible
Offended,
thing
it's
to be
fine.
doing. Okay,
Thank you.
everyone's doing the frisbee technique,
Yeah.
which is, flat pan,
I mean, it's
throw it.
reliable for frisbees.
Yeah, they're trying to get some aerodynamic into it. What I reckon I should do is I should tilt the cup,
We'll
the
get
lid, 90 degrees, and I'm gonna flick it in like that, okay?
Alright, go.
You ready? Okay. 3, 2. Oh no!
Now, if anybody walks past this entire classroom, they're gonna
They're gonna be
flicking
thinking-
coffee cup lids.
Oh, thank you, Jack.
Alright.
Okay.
I know.
I think it's your turn again.
It's your turn. Come on,
What happens
Kenton.
if nobody gets it?
Then we move on. But we'll edit it in post.
Okay,
but-
power
Okay.
editor.
Okay. You ready?
This is gonna go in this time.
He's stepping up to the plate. He's going with the
Come on.
frisbee technique again.
K-E-N-T.
Oh no!
I like this technique.
Hey! You know what? He did exactly what you're meant to do. You just
Walk
meant to
up.
walk up
And put it in.
and put it in the bin, which I think is a lesson in itself.
I think, Kenton, you would a VR headset.
You in a VR headset, courtesy of Game City, doing what you're meant to do, guys, and that's recycle the proper way.
Oi.
And because of that, you worked it out first. There's your VR headset. Congratulations. Congratulations, Doctor.
Thanks, Game City.
Let's, that was an experience.
It was. It's an experience of making stuff up on the fly. Thank you again for our guests to come in and speak with us about the recycling at TAFE. But moving on, I have written an article. It will be up by the time this episode's out.
Alan, you right?
No, I don't.
Well, you're about to. It's...
But it's following on from our little adventure around Perth, Connor.
Oh, interesting.
It's-
So this is a callback to the big day out?
It is a callback to the big day out.
Okay.
You ever heard about urban sprawl?
You know what? I've heard a thing or two about urban sprawl, but I think you might know a little more about urban sprawl than I do.
So during the big day out, obviously we experienced a lot of driving, a lot of going an hour from one place to another.
Which I would only be able to do in my diesel sub, which creates life
yeah,
as you
obvious.
drive.
Creates life.
Nothing comes out of the back of it besides baby,
Baby
seals.
that we then club. But Perth, from what I've learnt, is one of the worst examples for urban sprawl ever.
Yeah,
And
100%.
it actually leads to depression in Perth citizens.
Which, have you mentioned this on the podcast before?
I think I mentioned it to you in person,
Okay.
or maybe I did.
Maybe on the podcast. He did? We're getting a thumbs up from our producer. Okay, so you've mentioned this on the podcast.
Yes. So obviously the travel distance, the fact that we only have one highway, so the people are seeing the exact same thing every day, and cul-de-sacs and general roundabouts in Perth. There's studies, and it will be linked in the article, that shows that there is actually depressive symptoms shown in people that move to Perth, and people people lose their depressive symptoms when they leave Perth. And that's just down to the urban sprawl nature of how Perth is laid out, which I think is terrible. Come to Perth, it's great, but...
But the one thing that I don't get about Perth is that you're traveling along a very straight freeway.
Yeah.
Right?
Which they never thought they would have to expand.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you go through the city and it does a whoop, whoop, left, right, and you're like, and then all of a sudden you're going north again, and it's just another very straight, or you're going south and you're doing a very straight, long run. But it's such a confusing way to do it.
And then you come down to Northbridge, specifically TAFE. We've talked about the parking issue before.
Jeez, Christ.
It's just not laid out properly.
To me, Perth had an idea, And then they just kept on like, what if we put that little bit over there? And what if we put this little bit over there? And if we put these two things over here, and then none of it was really thought out. And then you try getting from one little thing to the next, and it just doesn't work.
Why do you think that is, though?
I think it's because people have big ideas for Perth. I really do think, and there is a lot of really cool things you can do. But when they finish it, it's kind of scaled down because people either run out of money or they run out of inspiration, and people don't end up following through with the big idea. So people will see something like an ice skating ring in another country, and it'll be big, it'll be luxurious, and it will have all these little things around it and stuff. And people will go, that's a great idea, let's bring that to Perth. But then you bring it to Perth, and it costs so much to bring it over here. And people just run out of enthusiasm for the idea. Then it ends up being this little tiny, scaled down, highly expensive thing to do that only upper middle class people can really go and experience.
It's another thing with the big day out, something we learned, you have to have money in a car in Perth to get
We're just talking about the big day out more.
We are, but with what you're saying about Perth, an example of them just not being able to build infrastructure right. Example A, the HIV or whatever it was in the water.
HIV?
The water at Elizabeth Quay.
You mean no, it wasn't chlamydia water. It wasn't. It was hepatitis. Why did you call it HIV?
I don't know. First thing that came in my mind. And then you also have the lead in the new children's hospital.
What?
Yeah, haven't you heard about this?
I thought it was asbestos, but lead is the
No, it's asbestos and lead.
They're just coming at all the sick children with as many things as possible. Just lead, asbestos, HIV,
Bad city planning, just one highway.
depression.
Yeah. Come to Perth.
Yeah,
it's a
great
great
fun,
place.
you know.
But there'll be a link to the article. Check it all. Everyone should check it out. Unless you're not interested, then don't check it out.
No, but this is just more Perth bashing. What is the actual point of this article? Is it just discussing urban sprawl and...
I kind of just wanted to follow up from the big day out, really.
Yeah, okay. Because I did an article as well, I write,
Oh.
and I did mine on development within Perth. And I don't believe I mentioned the studies about the depressive nature of Perth in my article, but it's linked to the Big Day Out
Also a very good article.
video. Thank you. Oh my God, you didn't have to. But in that, I talk a lot about how there is so much in Perth that happens, but it's kind of not really that great, and it's all scaled down. And then, you know, as we were discussing before, people have these big ideas, and then they just end up doing half of it or a quarter of it.
You know what? I just realised something. We are literally 50-year-old ladies that are retired, and now we just complain about Perth.
Alan, you can't be retired if you've never had a career.
That's very true.
Which-
Give me a job.
You say 50. Did you know that they have just recently announced that they weren't going to raise the retirement age to 70? It's 67 or 65. But they were originally going to... Actually, no, I think it was way higher than that. The average age of retirement, it's 65. Okay, 65 the retirement age. And it was going to be raised to 70. But people are, on average, retiring in Australia at something like 85.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if that number is higher or lower in Perth, but the amount of people... You have to work so hard in Australia. And then you get to your retirement and your super and there's none left and you wonder where all your money's gone.
Maybe us Australians were just hard as nails.
Are we? Are
Probably
you?
Not. No, not at all.
If I hit you with a hammer,
I
will
hurt my
you
wrist earlier and it really hurt.
What, doing the bin thing? When you were trying to throw things
No, when I was
into
trying to
that
make
bin?
money, Connor.
What, your night shift?
Yeah, which went horribly. Anywho, not getting into that. No.
Oh, well, is that it?
That's it.
Check it out, www.northmetronow.com.
Yep, and also, we didn't mention it before, but, well, maybe we did, but our email is northmetronow@gmail.com.
We're only now just mentioning the
We
email.
are only now mentioning it.
That's really late for us to do. We should probably include that in our little notes.
We'll just
that
go
we
back
have.
and edit it.
Yeah. Oh, and you know it's what I have to do now?
What?
I have to change the computer setup because we're now going to do our next segment.
Oh.
So, Now, on Digging the Bottom of the Barrel, here is a segment that I came up with when I was half asleep. We'll roll some theme music. It's now time for Guess That Foreign Soundbite.
Everyone's favorite show that
Yeah.
exists.
I can't remember what I was even watching. I was watching Initial D, right? Do you know what Initial D is?
Rings a bell.
Kenton, do you know what Initial D is? Okay, Initial D is this. It was originally a manga, I think, about these mountain races that I'm gonna butcher the name of the main dude, Katashi Tanami, something like that, and he drives an AE86, which is it's a very nice car, and he is the tofu racer. And yeah, Kenton just lit up. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. And it's the coolest anime that all the kids are into.
What's this called again?
It's called Initial D. And they recently just put the live action movie on Netflix. And I'm horrible with understanding subtitles. And I just tune in and out of movies like that. And then I try listening to the audio and try making sense of what they're saying, but I can never ever seem to do it. So I wanted to see if you were any better at it.
I've been to India and I've been to the Philippines and New Zealand, which is the most foreign of them all.
Really? You thought New Zealand was the most foreign place in the world?
That's called a joke.
No, New Zealand is like our Canada. It's the exact same thing that they've copied and pasted, only everyone talks funny, everything's a little prettier, and everyone's a lot nicer.
With an awful economy as well. So it is our Canada.
Yeah, exactly. I
Wow.
already said this.
Oh, okay.
And they got a much better healthcare system, I think.
No.
Don't they?
No, it's even worse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Don't move to New Zealand.
I put our producers, that's a horrible thing to say. I put our producers onto this task where I wanted them to source as many foreign sound bites as they possibly could. And we've got a context sheet in front of Jack as well. Jack, say hi.
Hello.
You might recognize Jack from The Big Day Out
And
and
you should watch.
other things that we've done on North Metro now. And he's taking Bailey's place because Bailey still hasn't shown up.
Yeah, it's been a long time now.
I'm kind of worried about him.
No.
He's
Yeah,
fine. I haven't said shut up Bailey at all, so I'm just like itching to tell a
Addict.
little ginger kid to shut up.
I'm slightly ginger.
Yeah, shut up, Alan. No, it doesn't
Doesn't
work.
ring.
It doesn't
Yeah.
work. Anyway, Jack, you're gonna play a bunch of sounds for us, and we're gonna try and guess the context at what's happening in them. I don't know which language
Okay, so
these are gonna be
are
played
we
in.
going to shout it out or are we going to hold until...
I think it's whoever gets the closest. You know.
Yeah.
Are we just shouting it out? Okay.
Yeah, we'll discuss it.
What do we win?
You win. I'll buy you a drink afterwards if you win, and you can buy me a drink afterwards, maybe.
If I win, can I keep your jacket?
What, that one?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Screw it. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
But if I win, then yeah, you have to buy me a drink.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Okay.
Okay, so here's our first foreign soundbite.
I'm so excited.
I actually am a little...
This sounds like
It's definitely got a Latin root.
that's what you're getting from this. It sounds like Jaws to me.
Is it Spanish? Or...
This is so intense.
Do you have to...
You have to guess.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah. That was the soundbite.
I'm guessing...
I have no idea.
What
That
other
sounded like Spanish Jaws, is what that sounded like.
What other languages are like Spanish?
Yeah, I was waiting for like an Espanol or it might be,
Portuguese.
yeah, but I don't think it's any of those. It
I
might.
know that because my cousin's Portuguese.
Can you guess what's
Oh.
happening in the soundbite?
Game show?
It's what?
I've been watching some Japanese game shows. Man. They
You
get
were
crazy.
a Japanese game
I walk
show.
in on my mum. and she's
You were
watching some
saying
weird
Portuguese before.
Stuff. Listen, man, I don't know what other countries.
What is your mum watching?
The block and some other stuff.
That did not sound like the block whatsoever.
I walk in on weird times. Don't worry.
I'm gonna go with Japanese Jaws.
Japanese Jaws. What are you gonna guess? Alan?
Portuguese or Spanish?
Portuguese or Spanish?
But what's happening in it?
Can you?
Do we have to guess what's happening? In it?
Yeah, that's.
Oh,
It's guess what's happening in that foreign soundbite. It's not just guess the language.
I have no idea.
No idea.
Okay.
Game show.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give Alan the point.
What?
Because
He has no idea.
because it's in Spanish.
Oh,
So it's a Spanish soap opera called Maria la del Barrio.
Soap opera.
Stepmom walks in on her stepdaughter who is in a wheelchair kissing a boy. She goes crazy, calling her stepdaughter a stupid bitch
It makes neighbors sound like really calm.
and a disabled demon.
Disabled demon.
Wait, there's a disabled demon as well.
Read the sentence.
That doesn't. What's the dun 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 music in the background?
It's a soap opera.
Good point. Is it a stage opera? You don't have that information, do you?
I'm guessing it's a telenovela. Do you want me to Google it?
Nah, it's
No,
we'll
we'll
do.
do it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So here is the second one.
I'm looking forward to
You've never
this.
been outside of Australia.
No, been once.
Cabronazo, solo hazlo. Tu es einfach. Oh, ouais, juste fais-le. Desce, Nuban. Finish, I love you. Vitaly.
That was English.
Prostos de la jeta.
Swedish,
Ubrelot grakete. Prostos robice.
Yeah, I'm thinking French.
Prostos robice.
Ooh, that sounded like a government ad for. I'm gonna say Sweden. That sounded kind of Swedish, and he was laughing a lot as well. So it makes me think Sweden because they're very happy over there because they all look very pretty. They've all got
Sweden's a lie. Didn't you know that?
what?
Yeah. It's all a lie invented by the EU.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense. Well, what do you think it was? Then?
God, I don't know. I would say French, but that seems too obvious.
No, but the thing that sold it to me as like a government ad.
Don't think specifically language, but it revolves around language. That's my clue.
Oh. You see, like the thing to me was that they had that little, like the music cuts and then the voice picks up in speed at the end. So I think it's a government thing. I didn't realize that they did that around the world. You know how at the end of government commercials we have sponsored by the Australian government, Canberra.
Oh, okay. I
It
didn't
had
do
one
that.
of those at the end, is what I think. And then there was a
Smoking
lot.
commercial.
Oh, that's a good one. No, I reckon it's it's an advert to be happier, and it's Swedish.
Okay, so both of you are wrong.
Thought.
It's a guy saying "just do it" in lots of different languages. That's what's written here.
That's a cheat.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
We're gonna fire
I
this
didn't
producer,
put these
Connor.
sound bites here, guys. Don't blame me.
That's so
from
dumb.
from what I'm reading, it looks like it must have been like a Nike ad. Because
In a bunch of different commercials.
No, it was one guy.
It's just so basically Nike wanted to pay someone to do international commercials, but they only wanted to pay one guy to say the thing a bunch of times, and they didn't want to pay for
It
different
doesn't
ad slots.
say Nike here, but saying "just do it" in a heap of different languages. That's
Oh,
you know,
okay.
like
We're gonna get
it's-
sued.
By Nike?
Yeah.
Or by this guy who we just
Both.
completely ripped his content. Or maybe we're just promoting him.
we can get like a link on the screen. Maybe our
That's a lot
producers
better.
who actually
be
put this
on-
together should.
Yeah, we'll
Give-
find the
give you-
context. It's at www.northmetronow.com.
All right. Let's.
Okay,
And if you want to copyright strike us, email us.
Okay, let's move on. To,
Junksmail.
all right, let's move on to the third soundbite.
Okay. This is opera. Is this like a national anthem?
There's no way to tell which bleeping nationality that is. I'm gonna say some sort of religious ceremony.
Yeah, it sounds either like
Middle Eastern.
oh yeah, Middle Eastern, Hebrewish.
India.
Yeah, no, it's very
It's definitely religious or some
ceremonial.
or some classical
Um,
bodies that was linked to the church.
yeah, I'm gonna say it's some sort of. It might be like Syrian or Middle Eastern, or it might just be I don't know. Is ISIS still a thing?
Could just be Australian.
It's some dude in Northbridge after a
With a
night
VB.
out going. That was very racist.
I think we're insensitive at this point.
Yeah,
Wait,
this
where's it from,
is
Jack?
this cultural
So-
appropriation or culturally insensitive?
Both.
That's just Australia,
Yeah, good point.
which
That's
is
true.
both. So you were on the money with religious. It was a Greek Orthodox baptismal hymn.
Yeah.
Translation: all of you who have been baptized into Christ have been put on Christ.
Have been put on
That's
Christ.
intense.
Christ,
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
We'll move on from the
So-
religion.
Yeah, no,
so
we can't
it's-
talk about religion, politics, and sex.
We've
We're
done two of
done.
those.
We've already talked about it. Now let's move on quick
Okay, so
before Jesus sees.
so it's 1-0 to Alan.
Yeah.
We played through sound bites.
We played 3 sound bites, and you guys haven't guessed any of them properly, really.
And we've got how many
So
left?
you got 2 more.
Okay, I can bring this back. If I
Yeah,
can knock
okay.
out 2, then I win.
All right, hit it, Jack.
This is intense. Come on.
तुलसीदास जी ने कहा 99% लोग
This sounds inspirational.
विषय वासनाओं की पूर्ति हेतु भाग रहे शब्द स्पर्श रूप रसगंध इंद्रियों की
I'm gonna
वासनाएं
say some
आँख
sort of
कहती
human
है, मुझे
rights
मेरा
or human
सामान दो
speaker.
अभी दिया
Did they just say
कान कहता है,
chlamydia?
मुझे मेरा सामान दो अभी दिया
Abidia?
त्वचा कहती है मुझे मेरा सामान दो ये लो
African?
Oh, that is a good one. African. You know, I could very well be.
I'm getting a lot of facial expressions. from Jack, and I'm
Jack's
very
got
confused.
a dope poker face every time we say
Yeah, I'm real
African.
confused.
I'm gonna go with
He
African.
looks equally like upset and like
Okay,
agreeing.
but what was going on?
I would
It
say
was some sort of inspirational speech
I'd
right
say
there.
like a UN or a press conference or like some I don't know aid conference.
Those are your final answers?
Yeah.
Can I be more specific?
Yeah. That's the
Oh no, I can't say the same thing that you're saying that it's speaking. I reckon it's just like a government press speaker of some sorts.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, well, both of you are wrong.
Hey!
So your first answer was pretty much right.
Which was that?
Oh,
Which
what?
was, so it was a motivational speech in
Really?
Damn it!
It was about spirituality and
So
life
motivated.
and it was in Hindi.
I
Guess got it open.
I was thinking it was Hindi the entire time, and then it got to the end, and I'm like, oh, that sounds a bit African.
Yeah, you threw me with the whole African thing.
I should have known that.
You're so far winning. If I get this, we're tied.
I'm
and
winning
then,
by 1 point.
And then we both walk away with nothing.
Well, yeah, true.
Ah, okay.
So-
Oh, damn it. This is just for me to break even now.
Yeah.
If I can get this.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
So,
Okay.
here we go.
Sin fry to sit down, to own a plantain, and strive my masculinity with the melon steaks, and fry to sit down.
What? That sounded English, but it wasn't.
The rest of the sound bites were like over 20 seconds, and this one's pretty short, so I'll play it
Yeah.
one more time.
Thank you.
Sin Friday sit down. To own a blanteen and strive my masculinity with the melon steak. Sin Friday sit down.
That just sounded like someone
gonna
got
say-
English and played it in reverse.
I'm gonna say it's purposely gibberish.
Yeah,
So
I reckon
you're-
it's either
you're-
purposely gibberish.
It's no language. It's just gibberish.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're right, but both of you.
Oi!
But because Alan guessed it first, he gets
Damn
the-
it!
Do you know how I know
So
this?
it's 2-0.
There's an Italian singer. He made a song called Predelan Mitisukujo or something like that.
That sounded like
It's an
gibberish.
entire song that's made so it sounds English to non-English speakers, but if you're an English speaker, you're just like, what the hell is he saying?
That's a thing.
Yeah.
That's some weird,
It's a really good
creepy. Is it?
Yeah, he's a famous Italian comedian.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like the majority of mumble rap these days to me.
So you guys have probably seen this video. It's called "What Different Languages Sound Like to Foreigners."
I have seen
Yeah,
that.
so it's a woman speaking gibberish in an Aussie accent, but it kind of sounds American. So I don't
Aussie
know why.
accent?
No, but
that's
it-
what
no.
that's what's written here, but it sounds like it's an American accent.
Because you see, the way I know about this is that you know the Swedish chef on The Muppets.
Of course.
He in
He's
other
my dad.
countries, they just make him sound English. But
okay.
and they call him the American chef or the English chef or whatever, and they do English sounding tones of voices for him to other countries, but it just sounds like gibberish to us. So it's things like that where it's like instead of urdy gurdy, it's whatever.
Now we're just talking similar. I think that about wraps up our show for today.
Is it?
I win the jacket. Thank you for
Damn.
that.
Actually, pass me my laptop so I can properly wrap up the show as well. So then that way I've got some notes to follow off as well.
Technical difficulties.
Let's try and not knock over everything as I do this.
So
Okay.
Alan won that 2-0.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive.
I like my history and culture, bro. I'm gonna dab on that.
That was so horrible. Okay. Let's wrap up the show now.
Kill
We've got
me.
our guests nodding in the background thinking, why the hell are we still
Yep.
here? So we should probably all get off to class or whatever. What was your favorite part of the show, Alan?
The part where I got to go home.
What was your favorite part of the show, Jack?
Nothing.
Nothing? Really? There wasn't anything on the show that you enjoyed?
We have no crew.
Oh, but forget
we-
about
we-
that.
We don't even have an hour of content.
Jack, you're the only crew we need.
Yeah, you're all we need inside our hearts forever. Thank you very much. Thank you so much to our guests, Aislinn and Kenton, for coming on and talking about their campaign. Go and support it. Bring recycling bins to TAFE.
And keep cups.
And we'll also, next week, what have we got planned? Nothing, I don't think.
We'll work it out in the meantime.
Oh, you know what? We're going to have Emily and Bailey back, hopefully, who are going to be doing a game with us. And also, we're both going to be older by next episode. Do you realize that?
Unfortunately.
You've got your birthday on Monday, and I've got my birthday Friday. Isn't that just such a weird thought? We're both going to be...
Makes me feel very old.
Yeah, dude. This is what happens, man. You do this podcast for a long enough time, and you start growing facial hair, and you get a bad back, and you get stomach pains. Oh, wait, you already... So, with that, I'm Connor McBride.
I'm Alan Milne. We have Jack
I'm
Higgity.
Jack Higgity.
Yeah, we can throw your super up. And
Throw it up there.
www.northmetronow.com. Good night, Australia.